Hey guys, I'm back again with another video. You already know it's your girl Roxanne, and I'm here with a very special guest who you may be familiar with because I've definitely been on, we've filmed a couple. Wait, that doesn't sound right.
What you mean?
I said we filmed. I was about to say like we filmed together quite a few,
What the fuck you mean?
but it sounded kind of crazy just now.
We ain't gotta clear nothing up. Nothing to clear up.
You guys, it's JC. JC the Light. Jamie, what's up? Introduce yourself.
How
Thank you
doing?
for coming.
I appreciate you having me on your podcast. It's time to enlighten the people.
It's time to enlighten the people. He's a lot about enlightenment, y'all. And this is my cancer buddy.
Yes.
Always
Big
call him
C.
my cancer buddy. So if y'all ever
Big C.
see, just know, like, okay, cancers. Anyway. So what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing very good.
How's your night going?
It's going good. I'm feeling elevated right now.
You feeling elevated? You liked your gift?
I appreciate my gift. You know what I mean? Your gift is one of the reasons why I'm me.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about you. I mean, I've spoken to you about, topics that's going on in life, people, current events. I've talked to you about Father's Day, with your partner. That was funny. We got a couple videos together on my YouTube. That's what I really meant. But this one's just gonna be a little different. I really want to get to know you better. And I think your supporters who watches you, whether they watch your stories and, your social medias and everything, like, you have a lot to say. And I think a lot of what you have to say is very relatable. People could learn from you. And, we joke a lot, we play a lot, but we're going to joke and play a little bit. But tonight's going to be a little more serious. We're going to get to know Jamie.
Woo.
Ghost. All right, so what's up? Tell me a little bit about what you're feeling right now. Like, how you feel in life right now as a man, as a black man, as a father, as a husband. Like, what's your feelings, your thoughts, day to day, going to work? Like, let's just warm each other up to what we about to talk about, because it's gonna get real.
I feel like it's time for black men to make a sacrifice.
What kind of sacrifice?
A mental sacrifice.
It's time for black men to make a mental sacrifice. And what exactly do you mean?
It's just that, we always blame other people for our situations instead of taking accountability ourselves, no matter what the situation is, right? Like, I can never blame somebody else for something that I got myself into.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like black men do that all the time.
So that's what you've been thinking about on a day-to-day? Like, while you going to work, while you living your life, like that's been on your...
Yeah, because it's like, why am I working? Right?
That's not a simple answer, though. You working to provide.
Yeah, but still, why am I working? Why didn't I have the brain I have now back then, years ago? So now I'm strapped in with, now I got to take care of the family now, right? And then it's like the timing is kind of off because it's like my grind is there, but I didn't have that information before.
What information?
About credit, life insurance.
So you mean like your family, nobody really, like your family and friends, nobody talks about credit and life insurance?
My family's from the Jecks.
What's that?
Projects.
Oh, sorry.
In Bayview houses.
It be the, all right, I'm sorry. Listen.
Long Island, right?
Yes, but It's not even Long Island because I don't even, listen, I represent myself first and foremost because a lot of things people be knowing and talking about and the slang that y'all be using, Roxanne does not know it. Like, I don't... Remember Shotters? Remember, was it Shotters?
Yeah.
No, was it that? What was the movie that I didn't watch or that I didn't pay enough attention to?
Full.
It was Paid in Full, and yeah, let's take a drink to that because they cut my ass for that. Like, they was like, you don't know Black history? Like, I'm a girl, first of all, and then girls know that. All right, anyway. My whole point is, like, continue.
Yeah, like, I'm saying, but like, my family's my side of the family's from the projects, right? So it's like, we don't have that information, right? So now around us is what? The liquor store, fast food restaurants, gangs, 40 people in front of a building, and you think it's normal. Piss on the elevator, garbage on the elevator, you think it's normal. So any little thing outside of that, you're grateful for,
Mm-hmm.
and you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be subjected to that type of life.
Mm-hmm.
But now, if that's all you know, and that's your friends is from the Jacks, your family's from the Jacks, it's like you don't know nothing else.
Are you saying you grew up in the projects? Is that what you're saying?
In the beginning of my life, yeah.
Where? Like in Queens, Brooklyn, like
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn projects. Okay, well, I know
Bayview houses to be
I'm about to
exact.
say, I
We said
know
Brooklyn
somebody-
projects.
Listen, I know somebody from. Listen, like I think. All right, so just because you said that, I feel like. All right, my mom's side of family. Just to touch on this real quick, it's like my mom's side of family. I feel like I wouldn't say poor, but it wasn't rich. You know what I'm saying? But I was happy poor. Like I don't know. I think it's because we was just all just in
Mhm.
Jamaica, so it just helped out a little bit. But I would have, no offense, I would have never guessed, to be honest, that you was from the like. I don't even like listen. All I know from the projects is Jay-Z. I'm from the projects. I'm from the project. Like, and then you understand like that it's just a low income. Like I don't really understand much about.
You got JC and you got Jay-Z.
Yeah, JC and Jay-Z. I'm done with you. But like, no, what I'm trying to say is, I'm probably gonna sound crazy, but can you explain like what's that like to grow up in the projects? Like, can you just explain a little bit about? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that's gonna know when they watch this, but like, what is it really like? How was your mentality? Like, when did you know? Because I feel like when I was happy poor, I didn't know we didn't have it like that. I had no idea because I was just happy. I was just playing. I was just, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, when did you figure that out? When did you actually know? Like, I'm from like a, when did you figure that out?
When I first moved to Queens.
Damn. So it was after you left Brooklyn and you moved to Queens, you're like, oh shoot.
I said, wow, these people live great.
How old were you?
When I was in, I first moved to Queens when I went to like junior, like IS-238, like junior high school, like maybe 12.
That was a lot of your life. Wow. Was it rough? Like, was it fighting? Was it bullets? Was it everything they say it is?
I mean,
I know I heard piss in the elevator.
I'm not a street person, you know what I'm saying? I used to play basketball, feel me? So like, but I used to see it. I used to see like the people selling drugs.
And you knew. You knew?
Yeah, I knew what that was, but I was never involved with it. Because that's just not me. I wasn't raised to be robbing the next black person.
Okay, so basically it was just about
it's my
income.
environment. It's all about income. It's all about money.
Income, environment.
And money can change your environment.
All right, so now you moved to Queens.
So now I moved to Queens and I start to see like, okay. But when I did move to Queens, I was living in the basement of my cousin's house, right? My whole family, me, my mom's, my brother and sister live in the basement.
And this was middle school.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
So now I'm like,
so you
in the house. I'm like, okay, this is good. I don't see mad people in front of the crib. I'm like, and this is in Hollis. I'm like, yo, Queens people live great.
So now you from Queens? Now you're a Queens nigga?
No. I would never say that.
That nigga from Queens. He's from Queens. He's from Queens.
Well, no, that's where I'm from. If I'm from Kings County Hospital, why would I ever say
you're a Queens guy? My bad.
I live in Queens now. Yeah, I'm not nothing against Queens, but I'm saying like I just feel like Queens is ungrateful because they live a great life. No, seriously.
I live in Queens. I was born in Queens and raised in Queens.
I understand that, right? But you don't know slang, so it just goes to show you. All right, so it just goes to show you that there's something that's missing, right? On the low, little things like that, like, something's missing.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that Queens people live great. Nothing wrong with that. They live great, but it's like they don't have to act the way they do.
How do they act to you? Because this is all
ungrateful, unappreciative. I don't like saying spoiled. Like
I'm sorry, Long Island. I love y'all, but anyway, you wouldn't say that's Queens and Long Island is kind of old, like not really, but it is.
No, you're right. It's kind of the same.
It's right.
But even if like I bet so. Boom, I went to Hollis. Boom, was living in the basement of my cousin's crib. Then after that, we went to the Schultz after that.
I almost went there, so I get it.
I'm just saying, right? So like, I went to John Adams my first 2 years. I went to John Adams my first year, half a year.
I would never guess that.
That's
I
good.
would never guess that. Good job to you.
That's
Good
good.
job. Good
Nah.
job to you. I'm proud of you.
But what I'm saying,
Right.
right, like, so I went to John Adams my first half a year. I was still living in Queens. Then we moved to the Bronx.
Mhm.
But I still had to go to John Adams. So I did 5 years in high school. I
Wait,
did 2 years
slow
in
down.
here.
Wait, you was in Bronx going to school in Queens, or am I wilding right now?
No, you're right. Yeah.
You lived in the Bronx and was going to school in. You had to take the. You paid the toll
I never drove.
every day.
Yes. Took the train, bro.
Train.
Driving it.
I
Now
don't
that's
know, somebody dropped him off.
no. If that person dropped me off, that means that I wouldn't be living in a basement during this time. That means that we had some type of form of
So how
bread.
long did it take you to get to school?
2 hours.
It
But-
took me an hour to get to school.
And it's like it was fun to
The
me.
bus.
You know what I'm saying?
It was fun
It was fun, like
because
taking
you
the
saw
train.
your friends on the train and shit.
No,
What?
I didn't see nobody.
So why was it fun?
I'll be in tune myself, listening to music. You know what I'm saying? See,
Oh, you was really just into yourself. You was
yeah,
really
like
in
I
your
had no
bubble.
choice.
Yeah, you was in your bubble. I get
I had
you.
no choice. You know
I
what I'm
get
saying?
you.
I did make a few friends in John Adams that I still
Mhm.
have to this day.
Oh, that's good. That's loyalty.
No,
oh,
yeah.
Cancer is that. Anyway.
Right? But so then now we go into the shelter system. Now we in the Bronx now in the shelter. Now I go to school. I now go to school in the Bronx now.
Mhm.
And I can honestly say when I went to the shelter in the Bronx and school in the Bronx, that really made me who I am.
Okay, so all right, so let's pause because you were aware. Like, at what age was that?
16.
All right.
15,
So when
16.
you were all right. Oh, so you almost 18. All right, cool. But when you realized that it was like we're in a shelter, like what was your thought process? How did that affect you? Like what was going on in your mind at that time? Like were you sad? Did you cry to yourself? Like did you just deal with it? Was it normal? Like how did you deal with it?
I never was really sad because I never knew what it was like to have.
Right.
So like I was happy. Like I moved out to Jex.
Right, happy
I'm-
poor, like I
yeah.
said, right?
I was like,
it
I bet. And it never really changed me.
Right, right.
I was happy. Like, I'm
Like,
living
yeah,
in
we
a
have
shelter, but
one
it
now.
never, you would never, like you said, I would never, I'm not the type of person, like, yo, I live in a shelter. I'm not even that type of, I would never say that. Even if I live in a mansion, I'm like, yo, I live in a mansion. I'm not the type of person like, you just gonna like me for me. I don't gotta
Right.
tell you what I have or what I don't
Exactly.
have. You gonna mess with me
Exactly.
for me, and that's it.
Right, because listen, I promise to God, like you would have, like you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's your personality. It's who you are. It's who you present yourself as. It's like who you show up as. It's how you treat people, how you talk to them, and everything. Like I'm not gonna guess nothing else. You don't have to have on any type of name brand, and I'm still gonna treat you the same. You know what I'm trying to say? Like
That's what I'm saying. So it's
yeah.
like people mess with me back then for just me, without anything.
Authenticity.
Yeah, without anything, right? Like, not for real, it was like real genuine love and genuine
Yeah.
vibe. Like, I don't, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, like, as I get older, it's like,
Mhm.
I'm still the same person.
Exactly.
I'm still the same person as how I am now, how I was when I was in the Jex and in the shelter.
Mhm.
So I'm grateful for any little thing. And I'm also able to point out when a person's ungrateful and unappreciative. It kind of makes me mad. It's like, damn, it's like, how could you act like that and you had a head start? You get what I'm saying? Like, I never had, you know how long it took me to have my own room?
Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. I get it.
The value of your
I get
own
it.
room.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Your
I get
own
it.
AC.
I get it. I get it. Because it's like you had to share so much before, or you had to deal without.
So like now it's like, you know, like I said, at the same time, my mom's, everybody trying to find their way in life. You know what I'm saying? It's like you
Right.
never have nobody older than you to teach you the game, teach you about credit, teach you about life. You have to kind of go through these things on your own. So like I could honestly, I was like a mama's boy for a while
Okay.
because I was with my mom's a lot of the time
makes
because my
sense.
real pops died. So now like when
You just gonna try to skip past that?
my pops he passed away.
That's gonna contribute to a lot of the things we're gonna talk about after. Don't you realize that? Mhm.
Probably, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
No,
But-
yeah.
You're right, but my
But
thing is
anyway, I just wanted to mental note.
He-
Continue.
you're right, but my thing is he wasn't.
All right. So he
The
passed
thing is,
away.
he passed away. Feel me? And
How old were you when he passed away?
6.
So you knew him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you knew.
He was
okay.
Haitian.
Now I get it. Now I get where this is going. You actually did know him because you said my biological father passed away. So somebody pretty much came in, took over, and played the role. All right, let's go past that. Continue.
So boom. So he passed away. I bet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my mom moved.
Rest in peace, and I'm sorry
Rest
for.
in peace. Of course. Yeah, of course. So we move on from that. My mom's move on, whatever. So she finds somebody. Had 2 kids with him, my brother and my sister. Right. I love them to death. Right. But it's like my stepfather played a major role in my life.
But you see how you're talking about him? You see? You get what I'm trying to say? So I'm not trying to fast forward, but just to touch it. Has that bond that was created with you and your stepfather, has that affected how you are as a father? Did you use anything from that experience in being a father now?
He's the reason why I do like perspective of the day.
Don't make me cry on this.
Nah, for real. Cause I remember he said something one time. He was like, I think it was like Venus Williams.
Oh, I watched that when their father was talking about them, or no?
No. This is
Which one? Which one? What was it?
This is before Venus. This is before the movie. This is before all of that.
What happened?
This is when she was really playing. Right, and then she started losing. And he was like, you know, she was Trinidadian. He's like, yo, you know why she losing and shit? Cause she having boyfriends and ting and ting and ting and that's why she's losing, cause she's having boyfriends and all this bullshit. And I was like, what? I never.
Basically, he was trying to say she was getting distracted.
I remember when I was in high school, and then he's like, who you on the phone with? I'm on the phone with my girlfriend. He was like, you ain't got no girlfriend. I was like,
my father destroyed my first love. He called him, threatened him, all that. Who are you talking to all day? Like, woo. Anyway, continue.
right, and I didn't get it at the time. Like you would think like, oh, he's a hater, whatever you think he's a hater or some cornball shit, right? I'm like, what? But as I fast forward, I should embrace him more. I should embrace him more because he did things for me that. I mean, my father didn't live long enough to do the things for me that my stepfather did.
Right.
But I will forever love him for that, and I will always be indebted with him for that.
Of course.
Waking up in the morning, jogging.
You didn't have to.
He did what he could with nothing.
So you feel like he was conscious? Like you feel like he intentionally made decisions to, you know what I'm trying to say, help raise you? Like you feel like it was.
Yeah, because he was a man of many mistakes himself.
How was y'all bond? Like what was y'all relationship like as having like a stepfather? Being, you know, like
when I was in junior high school, I was like in a special math class. Like, right?
Math was my worst subject.
Right. So now so sometimes like when it's lunchtime, I had to go into math class. Cause I don't like sound like that, but like it just was meant for me to be in this math class. Like
I get you.
It was he was ahead of the class, allegedly, right? Then when he went to jail, then that's when my life went right back to the bottom. Because yeah. He was in and out of my life. You know what I'm saying? So think about like the combination of him being in and out of my life, me never having a stable home. You know, that shit still really bothers me. And it's like when I have a relationship with somebody.
You have a wife.
I'm
just trying to say. So you're talking about the past.
Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, but what I'm saying, a friendship, like or any type of relationship with somebody. Yeah,
it affected.
It could be a manager relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying in general, when it don't last that long, I don't get mad.
Of course.
I accept.
Because you know what it's like to.
Yeah, I understand, and I always will adapt to my surroundings because of. That's what happened. I had to adapt and adjust. Like, all right, it's time to move. I bet. Boom. All right. Can
I say something?
I'm in this borough. I'm out. All right, bet.
Can I say something?
Proceed.
That's commendable. Want to know why? Like, I get it. Because I feel like, I mean, if you know, you know, but it's like I moved around a lot as well. Like what? I was always on the move, and my mother got her first house when I was like 11. You know what I'm trying to say? When I was like 11, and I was like living in another country, moving around. Like, so I'm just saying, like, I could relate to you on that. Like, just not being stable. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? And then you finally stable somewhere, and then that stability goes. But that's a whole nother story. But you know what I'm trying to say? All I'm saying is like, I don't think people understand, because some people are, like you said, it comes off ungrateful, maybe to you, to us, whatever. Because if you've lived in a household for just years of your life, been taken care of, you had somebody, you didn't have to worry about going somewhere else and having to go to a different school, live in a different environment. Like, you didn't have to constantly adapt, constantly, like, we didn't have time to, like, bond with certain people. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, that's a fact. Right. That's the thing. Like, he just taught me a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, when everybody was playing like football outside of the Jacks, you know what I'm saying? And then like I wanted to go outside, he'd be like, "No, you're gonna learn short division."
That's right.
And at first you get upset.
That's love.
At first you get upset, but then when you get into that special math class, and you're like, "Oh, this is what it's about. Oh, now I see why I had to do the work while everybody was playing football." You know what I'm saying? So now when he went back to jail, then my life went back, bang. You know what I'm saying? And then he came back in my life in like my last year of high school. You know what I'm saying? Then that's when I played on the basketball team, and I was in shape, and you know what I'm saying? Things was better for me. I was waking up in the morning, running and jogging, doing all types of things that
So was
I know
that
nobody was
motivated
doing.
by him or by yourself?
I was motivated by him. That was him.
Really?
I don't know these tactics. Why do if I'm an American kid, why the hell am I getting up 5 o'clock in the morning? Why am I?
Where was he from?
He's from Trinidad.
Oh, a little.
He's from Trinidad.
You're the West Indian.
So it's like, why am I getting up early in the morning? So now when I think about it, like he instilled these things
Discipline
in me, and it just so happened that only as of the recent years, I really understand what he was talking about. Like early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Say it again.
Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. And he used to pump that. He used to pump that hard body.
Yeah, let's take a shot to that. Come on. Yes, that was a great one. Yes, that was a great one. Because that's self-discipline.
And it's like, and then it's like, I see that, like, every time I do a perspective of the day, most of people that follow me don't know that I'm talking about myself.
How did it? Never mind.
They don't. Because the way I say it, it make it seem like I'm talking about somebody else.
No. Are you saying that by yourself? Or are people saying, who is this about?
No, people laugh. A lot of times they laugh at what I put up, right? Or some people get offended, or some people don't fuck with me, or some people will not comment about what I post, but when they see me, they'll talk about it.
No, that's true. You want to know something? They won't say, they won't comment, they won't probably even like, or they probably do one of the two or neither, right? But when they see you,
all the talking.
Up what I posted.
Old stories.
Like, how are you bringing it up and you never said nothing? It's like, whatever.
But it's like, really, I'm like, when I put that up, it's like I'm really making fun of myself.
Right.
Or the person that I used to be.
Right.
Or like how I used to act when I was in situations.
Right.
So people think I'm making a sub, but I would never do that. I'm not making subs. I'm talking about myself.
So you're taking accountability right now. Do you feel like that's growth? And how did you learn how to take accountability, and what triggered? Did something trigger you to like realize like I need to take accountability? Like when was it that like, all right, let's just
when things don't go your way, and you're through with blaming everybody else. Like it was his fault. It was her fault.
Some people ain't through.
It was her fault.
Tell them.
Like,
some people ain't through.
Like,
they always want to point the fucking finger.
Like when I
still go.
When I used to argue with the mother of my child,
okay,
which is now my wife.
Right. Respectfully.
It took a long time for us to get to the point that we at now.
That's good.
Like me and her, like we could laugh and joke and
about it, yeah. About
like we like best friends now.
Of course.
But before,
that's crazy.
It was put your hands up.
Wait a minute.
It was Bloods and Crips.
Nah, real rap. I'm dead ass.
Wait, no offense. Girl, if you're watching this, I love you. I don't know you, but I love you and I respect you and you got it. But listen, wait, where'd you meet her? Like, why?
Because I wasn't financially stable before.
Okay, so
So when we get into an argument,
she was attacking you.
of course, and you know what that would do to a black man's spirit?
So you about to go for the jugular, like you about to go for it. Like, that's what you're trying to say? I'm about to hit you where it
and
hurts?
then it's like I would come out of
Toxic.
character,
Toxic.
curse,
Toxic.
make a scene in public.
You know
I
we
would do
cancers,
all those-
emotional asses.
Yes.
We're gonna say how we feel.
Yeah. Like what? Like you know what I'm saying? Like
No, I get triggered. Ooh, sorry. I get triggered a lot. You get triggered? No, seriously.
I
do
get
you?
triggered, but now I know how to put the gun back in the pockets, put it back in my waist.
I need to.
And there's no
focus
need to
on
pull it
that.
out because at the end of the day, it's like me arguing with somebody is giving them control over me.
It is. Who angers you controls you. I read that quote. Whoever angers you controls
And
you.
I should only be mad at myself
Always.
because
It's us.
I'm even mad at myself for even getting mad.
Yes, like, because emotions are so flip floppy. They always change. Like, yeah, we're emotional, but the emotions change. Like,
And then if you're intoxicated at the same time, if you're intoxicated and you're not doing good, that combination will make you be upset at anybody.
you'll be defensive for no reason when you shouldn't be. Like, you being defensive, and it's like, well then,
Yeah,
like,
everything is constructive criticism. Like
right,
I'm good.
right.
I'm always good. And that's what being not in a good financial situation taught me. I will always be good mentally. Like I'm spiritually lit.
How did you get there? Why did you just say you spiritually lit? You just mentioned spirituality.
Because nothing could break my spirit.
How do you know that? How
Because
do you know
things
your
have
spirit?
broken my spirit
How do you know
before.
your spirit?
I know my spirit.
How?
Because things that I used to react to before, I don't react to no more.
But what I'm trying to say is, when did you get that deep to know it's your spirit? Some people don't acknowledge that there's a spirit within them. If you get what I'm trying to say. Some people just live life and they just like, they don't really, there's viewers that's younger than us, and you know what I'm trying to say? Some people, if their parents, if their peers, if nobody's talking about spirituality, God, whatever it is, like, how would you know? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Some people used to ask like, how, if you didn't know about heaven and hell, where you gonna go? Like, if you know what I'm trying to say? So how did you know about spirituality?
It comes from being secure in yourself. So like, if I get the same reaction from when I was younger as I would get now from people that when I used to live in a shelter, now I'm in school, anywhere I go, people mess with me and I mess with them too. It's a genuine vibe. So that made me spiritually lit.
Who taught you about spirituality? Where did you get that from? How did you know? That's what I'm trying to say. When did that start? When did you know that you weren't just a body and just a person? When did you know that there's a spirit within you? Like, you get what I'm saying?
When I
Yeah.
fall back from people.
So you taught yourself, is what you're trying to say?
I would say my experiences taught me. I would never say I taught myself that. I would say my experiences taught me that.
Your experiences taught you that there's a spirit within you.
And the impact that I have on people that mess with me, that know me. That taught me I'm spiritually lit.
I'm done. Like, listen.
Nah,
like,
and you know why you have to be spiritually lit, because it's like when you have no money, how you gonna feel?
But that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get deeper than where you're at right now. I'm trying to get to the depth of, when did you know? Like, how did you know? How did you know that there's a spirit in you? When was the time that it clicked? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
I could
what triggered that? What taught you that? Did you go to church? Did you know about God? Like, something triggered it.
If I could control a room.
But this is you realizing it personally.
Yeah.
Once again.
If I could control a room, like,
how do you know that's a spirit and not you? What told you that?
People told me that without them telling me that.
So when did you find out about a spirit and body? When did you know that there was a difference? Because it sounds like you already know, and then when people did what they did, it's kind of like it confirmed it. That's what you're giving me right now.
Because you know what? Every time I'm at my lowest point, a blessing comes. Every time. That's why I always be like, yo, listen. That's why I say, yo, you become a better person the moment you lose everything. Because the moment you lose everything, it defines your character.
Some people don't make it through their lowest points. So, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you can encourage somebody right now about being at their lowest point and guiding them through that and letting them know like they're not the only one that went through it and everything's gonna be okay type vibe, like how could you help somebody right now that probably is going through what you're going through right now or did, or just confirm that, you know, you're not alone? Like,
If say like if you're a basketball player, right? And you on the road, you playing a road game, and everybody's booing you. You make a shot, they booing you. You miss a shot, they booing you. They bumping you, they fouling you. They got signs in the crowd saying F you. You can't let that ever distract you because you're here to win this game. And you're here to win this game called life. You're here to win this game called life. And you can never let nobody ever get you out of your track or out of your route. Out of your
where does that strength come from though? How do you know how to have that strength? Like, is it mental? Is it experience? What are the factors that involve your strength?
It's the pain. Like it's like you gotta be like you know what? Everybody want me to do so bad so much. Imagine if I did good. What do they prevent me from? So it must be something.
Do that for real?
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to JC.
What's
because
sad?
I went through this shit too. It's like, damn.
What's sad
what's
is
up
like
with y'all?
what's sad is like it's the same thing with the whole black culture.
Get to it.
The
Please
most
get to it.
insecure culture, but everybody want to be black.
Talk about it.
So
One
how
more time for him. The most. But shut up, Rock.
the most insecure culture is the black culture.
And you
but-
say that because
Because they let any little thing get to them. Damn. And they not lit.
it's like a
Who don't
defense
wanna-
mechanism,
When
though.
you see, all right, everything come from Egypt, right?
Here we go. Let's get to
We
it.
had waves in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
We had braids in
Yeah,
Egypt.
we had it.
We had afros in Egypt. We
Yes.
was lit. Even when we died,
It
we
was
had
natural.
gold wheels on that chariot.
Yeah, we know. Because it came from the environment, our land, and everything. Like, you know, when they started to catch on, that's when they started to bully people and take what they took. And
Your astrology come from Egypt.
the stars, like, come on, like they was brighter and bigger than they are now. You know that, right? I can only imagine what all the way back then, what the world, the sky, and everything. It couldn't have been looking nothing like now. Like it had to have been magical, way more magic. The moon, like everything had to be just. I don't want to get too deep, but I'm just saying,
No, it's
like the
true.
way they was really like studying it and seeing it, and it had to be so visible. Like, this is before industrial times. This is before technology. This is before all the lights was out. And you know what I'm trying to say?
So they say like if somebody in your family, if two people went to jail, oh, it's in your genes to go to jail. But at the same time, it's in your genes to be a genius as well.
It sure is.
And you got to take the good with the bad.
Because first of all, while you're in jail, it's your mentality. Because you could be in jail, but your mind is not there. And then when it's your time, you could stay where you was and just, what is it? They trying to call it manifestation now, like, or manifestation if that is what it is. But
It is.
yeah,
Right now, if you said, yo, I hate this phone. This phone's always freezing on me.
my thoughts is gonna connect to my
I
words,
guarantee
and
you-
something's gonna happen to the phone.
Exactly. And you
course.
manifest that by
I
accident.
did it. Yeah.
So what if you manifested something good?
What if? Correct. What if? Because this manifestation word, I understand it, but it's like we've been doing this without the word being before the word came. Before all this what is it called? What do they call it? Not just manifestation. Like they say a lot of new things. There's a lot of new words. I like sleep paralysis. You know about that?
Mhm.
Things of that nature that's coming up with words and names for it now. Like, people was really going through this stuff. Like, we're really beyond going to work, going to school. You know what I'm trying to say? We're literally born creatives. Like, do you know that? Like, everybody, but just not everybody's focused on that.
I would say more. of black people. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, black people are the most insecure culture in the world. They don't even know their own power. And that's what got me my own power of myself. Like when we was in jail, we had do-rags. You know, they gave us tight uniforms, so we would sag our pants, right? So now it's a style now. Think about that. How many
they gave us tight uniforms? You was in jail?
No, not me. I'm just saying back then.
So that's what you read, or
That's what it is.
You're saying that the
They
uniforms
think about
was
it,
tight
right?
and that's why they was sagging their pants?
Yes.
I thought they was sagging their pants to let you know that they was available or something.
Nah, you're going left.
No, I'm not going left. That's what I read.
Read up again.
No.
I'm just saying that. Nah. That.
They gave y'all tight stuff so it couldn't hold on.
Yeah, like think about it. You're not getting treated good in jail, right?
You're
So
not,
you're gonna sag it. You're gonna have no laces. Think about how many black people wear sneakers
So
and
you
they
felt like it was just a rebellion thing?
everything black people do is wavy. Everything we do.
You talked to
They
somebody in jail about this?
No.
So
That's
what if
I see.
somebody in jail disagrees with the reason why they sag their pants?
Like what would be the reason why they're sagging their pants?
What would be the reason?
The difference is
pants?
the difference is we came up with that, right?
Who's we?
Black people, right? So now, how many people in jail know what's going on in the streets?
They always know. I don't know how they be knowing, but they be knowing because everybody be calling them. They be knowing everything. Everything.
All right. So now if he be like, yeah, you know, so now somebody in jail be like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they gave me a size 32, but I'm a 34, but I'm gonna sag my shit. So now he'll tell them, oh, word, that's what they doing in there? Oh, I bet. Now we see niggas sagging their shits. This is crazy. Da-da-da. Yo, still my nigga. I was popping my nigga.
Yeah, this don't fit anyway, so I'm gonna wear it down here because it only fits to this. Okay. Is that what you just said? Like, I heard something.
But my thing is like, no matter what black people do is magical. And I wish they knew that themselves, that they are magic. We are magic. We've been.
Tell them again. We are
magical and we are beautiful. And you can never be insecure. Like, skinny, we still wavy. Big, we're still wavy. Even the people that got like vitiligo skin, still fire. It's still wavy.
It's 8 billion of us here. You know that, right?
Still wavy.
We're like ants.
And everybody want to be like us.
And why? Why do you feel like everybody want to be like us? Why do you feel like they be like?
Because we got swag.
Swag.
It's called.
I love me.
It's like it's a swag. it's like it's a swag accident.
I love that.
Right? There's an accident and there's a swag accident. Like we swaggy by accident. We swaggy. We just regular.
I love me some swag.
We waking up regular.
Do you feel like you swaggy?
I feel like my experiences have helped me to be swaggy.
I think you swaggy. What's swaggy? Are you swag? Answer the question.
Could you give me a second? All right. Could you give me a second? I feel like I feel like I'm swaggy. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so define swaggy, cause I all right, me personally as a female, it might not be all y'all definition, but like swag is like the way you carry yourself, the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you just interact with people, your personality, like just is like your swag, your slang, your talk, like just everything about you. Like it's kind of like personality in a way.
It is.
And then how you represent yourself, but it's both. Cause it's like, oh, you got that swag. You know
it's personality, how you act, and if you're secure in yourself or not. So like, say if somebody like, I ain't gonna lie to you, man, I fuck with Roxanne, but I don't like her hair down like that, yo. I like when she have braids, right? Let's just say, right? Mm-hmm. And you would be like, oh, fuck you then, nigga. Fuck, I'm with my head down anyway. That's swaggy. Not swaggy is changing your thoughts and ideas for somebody else. Swaggy is being yourself.
Unapologetically yourself.
So you feel like swag is being apologetically yourself?
Unapologetically.
Unapologetically.
I don't care what y'all do. I'm being myself regardless.
Let me tell you something during this shit. I could care less. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm really just me being me. You're really just you being you. Whether you like it, love it, don't, like I've said it before, it's okay. You know what I'm trying to say? Because there's too many of us in this world. Like we can't all like each other. We can't all hate each other. We can't, you know what I'm trying to say? But all I know is And all you know is, right? We are ourselves.
You gotta be secure in yourself. Like,
yeah, know who you are.
if you're not secure in yourself, you'll be crying every night.
Have you ever been there?
I've second guessed myself many of times.
Why?
When you because you want to go with the crowd, like when you trying to be
So
accepted,
you had a phase.
trying to be
I've
accepted.
been there.
Nah, sometimes the phase pops in and out.
Oh, because of what we're doing and stuff too. Because
Sometimes-
it takes. Yeah, I get
Sometimes it pops in and out. You know what I'm saying? But like the littlest things made us happy when we was younger.
Definitely.
Why does it change now when we
It
get
be
older?
No. First of all, it's like the simplest things. Like I really don't. To me, I do everything myself, right? And we're gonna get to that because you are a husband, you're a father, you have a family unit. Roxanne, it's Roxanne. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's kind of like we can relate in some way, but you different because you have that. I'm trying to say no.
I would never really say like different. I would just say that, like I said, it's time to make a sacrifice. Like a lot of black people are selfish, right? Like they do things for their own reason, for themselves, but not doing it for the bigger picture, the bigger race. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like when I first was with my wife, it was very rocky. Like it was a lot of back and forth, a lot of I'm out the crib, she's in the crib. It was a lot of that. You know what I'm saying?
Did you guys fall in love? Or are you like high school sweethearts?
No.
Am I asking too much?
No. We not high school sweethearts because her journey in life was different than mine.
No, but how did y'all start? Like what was not to get all up in y'all business, but just like I'm just trying to figure out like, all right, basically we're asking you this question. I just want to figure out the man you've become. Like the man that relationship has helped you become.
I remember
You know what I mean?
I came from I think it was like Bally's or something like that.
Bally's Total Fitness?
I came from Bally's.
What do you mean you was there?
Bally's on Queens.
What'd you say?
Bally's on Queens Boulevard.
Not
I think it was more like Jamaica Avenue.
right. Like how did you
This is before your time, but you say you're
Talking
40?
shit. I'm
Like I
talking
was
shit.
saying, right? Like I was saying, right?
Yeah.
Like like I was saying, right? It was Bally's on the Ave, right?
Uh-huh.
So like, I was with somebody and I said, I don't know why I did that. I said, I want to go see some cars. I want to go see a Dodge Magnum or something like that, right? So like when I went there, she was working there.
Okay.
She was selling cars.
Okay.
So I was like, right? So I went there, you know what I'm saying? Right? I was in dumb shit. I was so what's so funny?
Was you a teenager?
Nah, I was like, let me see.
What's so funny is like me just listening to like how you met your wife. Like this is just like
Yeah,
it's just,
I
you know,
was.
it's just different.
I
It's just
remember
different. It's
I-
just cute. It's cute and cool and like vulnerable. Like just so you know.
I remember I was in mad shape before. So I'm more healthier now. I just was like more like, nah.
See, Shotzi laughing too. It's not just me.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like this is when this is when my old insecurity start kicking back in. Like when niggas start laughing, it's like, yo, what's funny? Man?
When I start laughing, so no, when people start laughing, I'm dead. I'll be like, "What the fuck is so funny?" Like I get.
No. I know what you mean. Like, no, because I'm not
I'm not trying to be funny.
I'm not
So
diesel
what's
now.
the
You
joke?
know what I'm saying? I'm not super diesel now.
All
I'm
right,
still in
hold on.
shape, but I'm not diesel now. But I'm saying I was in.
You went to go look at the cars.
Anyway, I went there trying to look for a Dodge Magnum. So I'm like, yo, how much is this? And
She was the car seller?
yeah.
Oh my freaking God.
Right?
Here we go.
So I think she said something like, oh, this is like 55. I'm like, for this? I got time. I'm like, yo, for this? I'm like, I ain't got a car. I ain't got a
See,
car
I
now.
started off arguing.
But I ain't, nah. She was like, yeah. And she was like, I was like, what? She's like, you see what I got out there? I'm like, what? She's like, you see that? She said, you see that over there? I'm like, what? I'm like, at least you got a car. She's like, no. I'm talking about the two things on the train station, like the globes, the shit. And I thought that was funny. So when I say, you know what? It don't take much for
Shotzi
me.
laughed.
It don't take much for me. So I respected that. Like,
Okay.
she was a comedian.
Aw.
So that she's never funnier
Just
than
made you laugh.
she made me laugh. She's never
Okay.
funnier than me. I'll
Yeah.
never say that.
Oh.
Right? So boom. So I said, oh, it's a little big head ass girl. It's got a little joke. So I mean, all right. Yeah, because
I love that big head shit, first of all. Y'all love that shit. But continue. Y'all do. Y'all use that big head.
whatever.
Yeah, big head.
Right? So then boom.
Jesse, why I don't see all right.
So
continue.
then I was like, yo, let me get your number.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh nah, this is the here. She gave me like the dealership number. I said, nah, what's your number?
Who are you? Like she was looking good that day?
It's not about that.
Now I'm trying to figure out what
I
happened.
mean, she's decent, right? But
Nah, what
the joke made her above her looks.
to
me.
Just because she made you laugh?
Yeah.
Ooh, let's pause right there. So do you feel like relationships nowadays, are they about personality or are they about what you have, what you could do? You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Relationships now is about business. What can you do? What you can't
do you feel like if you wasn't attracted to her laugh, like, and you knew what you knew now, do you feel like her laugh would have just been tossed to the side? And you know what I'm trying to?
Nah.
No, wait. Let me reword.
No,
that.
I know what
Hold
you mean.
on.
No. I'm not saying
Yeah,
no.
but I don't want to be.
No.
All right.
She was an attractive woman, right?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not.
She
trying
was
to
attractive, so on top of the joke, made her even more attractive, right? So
Okay.
then I said, you know what?
But you didn't know her money. I'm trying to say so many
Nah.
people now focus on pockets. Listen, I'm trying to talk in general right now, so I promise if she watch, just tell her I love her.
No.
I'm
It's
just
it's
trying to
not
say,
it's not necessarily about. I mean, like I said, you gotta remember it's because of me, where I came from. So like I said, the littlest things make me happy.
what it?
So if I
you-
came from the Jacks and I lived in a shelter, and now I'm with somebody, and ain't nothing about your looks because I don't care.
My comparison is now, I know you. I know you're genuine. I know you're authentic. I know you're really going to go for what's inside and what's true, right? My point to you right now is what's going down in the generations now. I don't know if they so much focused on personality, to be honest with you. Like, you get what I'm trying to say?
This is the end of an era. This is the end of the black community.
So you understand?
Oh yeah, I do, because it's like you'll never really see couples like that.
You don't.
Any one little argument,
Done.
they wrapping it up.
Yeah, that's
They're gonna tell a friend, right? And
Yeah.
the friend is not in a good space.
No, they're not.
So if the friend is not in a good space and you trust your friend, you're gonna listen to anything your friend say. So if your friend say, I ain't gonna lie to you, girl, I'll wrap him up. Guess what she gonna do to you? She's gonna wrap you up.
Yeah, you can't.
She doesn't have a brain of her own, and that brings me back to the insecurity of the black culture.
Continue.
It doesn't matter. That's where swag comes in. I'm swaggy enough where somebody could tell me something about somebody else, I'm able to form my own opinion. I don't go off what somebody else say.
That's me too.
That means I don't have a brain of my own.
Like, basically, you can't nobody could tell me something and you just gonna turn me against that person. That person gonna have to turn, they gonna have to do it theyself for me to be against them. But that's not always a good thing.
I have to see it for myself.
But that's not always a good thing, because I've been there. Like, it's like, see, I try to tell you, but it's like, you can't tell me. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm the type of person, I really learn from experience. If somebody was to try to sit here and tell me something, they could tell me a million things bad about you. Do you think it's gonna affect me?
Nah, because you know me.
But to them, I don't know you.
Yeah.
To them, I don't know you. But to me, you can't turn me against him, because whatever you experience or have experienced, that's not nothing. And then you know what I'm trying to say?
At the same time, you still gotta take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
And then it's all on how you treat people, right? So say if a girl don't do certain things with a man, but she get with somebody else and she do all these other things, that's because that man don't bring the best out of her.
And there's some men that bring the best out of you. Shout out to you.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm with some grimy niggas and they robbing, they shiesty, they not gonna act that way with me or towards me. It's because of me. They know my vibe. My vibe is like, bro, I will call them out. Like, bro, you really gonna try? You gonna do that right here? You know what I'm saying? I would always say that. I would never let somebody do something wild shit in front of me without me saying nothing. Now, if they do it, or if they still do it, that's on them, and I know they don't respect me. So right then and there, I found my answer out right then and there. Does he respect me as a friend? Does he respect me as a man? If I say, yo, I don't think that's appropriate for you to do that right here, right now, and you still do it, I have to back myself up from you because you don't respect me. If I respect you and I know I do this shit on my own time, and you be like, yo, JC, I think you should chill. I'm going to chill because I respect you.
Right. Right. So, all right. So, as I've said before, I feel like you're a good example for not just men, but just a good example as a human being in general. But we're gonna focus on the fact that like you are a man, you are a male, you are a married man, and you are a father. And coming from all those experiences and aspects, like we've talked a lot about, the past and how it's affected the future, and not saying that we're gonna stop that, but I really want to focus on like what information do you feel like you could give to yourself, your younger self, and people who don't know that you feel like should know about like just credit, taking accountability, getting therapy, like just things that's not normal in the black community as a man, as a person coming from where you came from. Like what inspiration, motivation, what can you really tell somebody who's been in your shoes or who probably been in your shoes but didn't choose the route that you chose or wasn't as strong minded or just, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, how can you help to be a voice of reason right now to help guide them and tell them, like, listen, this ain't it, that ain't it, do this, do that? Like, because eventually I'm going to get to how to treat your wife, how to treat the woman that you're with. Like, because you coming from where you come from, and some people they probably have a different reaction and how they deal with things than you. So we're gonna get to that. But what's the motivation, inspiration, and what are just to generalize? What's the wrap up about like coming from maybe not the highest, not the best, but just knowing who you are, staying true to who you are, being authentic, accepting where you are, and just going up from there. Like, where's the motivation and inspiration that you could give other people or your younger self, even your kids? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? If they was to watch this,
I would
like,
say, the journey is not over, and the journey is just beginning. Every day is a new day. You're not gonna be in the same position that you was in yesterday if you allow yourself. So it's like you have to like when you wake up in the morning, you have to see yourself as a 2026 version, not the 2023 version. Oh, I gotta go to work. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm doing that. You can't see yourself in that space. Now, if you woke up every day as the future you, if your mind was in the future, you'd wake up in a better space because you know how you're gonna be in the next 3 years. I would say never give in to the time that's going on. Be grateful of where you at. Appreciate where you at. Say thank you. I'm thankful for the bad times in my life. I'm thankful for the good times in my life. I'm thankful for the times I have money. I'm thankful for the times I don't have money. Because now I know what to do and what not to do. And true character shows you who you really are when it's time to face adversity. If you talk bad about somebody because you ain't have nothing, that means that when you have something in life, you're still gonna talk down about people. You're still gonna talk bad down on somebody because you have it and they don't. So now, if I don't have, you ever notice an angry person will always never give a compliment?
yeah, they don't.
Them shit is fire, my nigga. And they be like, shit is alright.
Yeah, like
They okay.
yeah, they're
'Cause he
just
don't have it.
negative and just like
And they don't, like I said, black people,
Debbie Downers.
the most insecure people in life. You get-
Why? Why do you feel like black people? That's a big statement. That's a big statement, yo.
Black people are
Black
insecure
people are the most
in their life
insecure.
is because what they've been taught,
And what have they
what
been
they
taught?
see.
What have they been taught and what do they see?
You'll never be nothing. You're not gonna go that far. You want to get a BMW? Why don't you just get a Honda, bro? That's more safe. That's more chill. They want you to stay inside the box. They want you to stay inside the box. It's jail time.
Have you experienced
It's jail
this?
time.
Have you
Stay inside the
experienced
box.
Have you
course.
experienced? Oh, you have.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, when you experience that and you received that, right? And you heard what that person said. Now, what's your train of thought?
Spiritually lit.
See? That's what I'm saying to you. Like, because
Spiritually lit.
that's when it kicks in.
Because if
it's
they,
like,
because if
there's an inner knowing. There's an inner
I'm
knowing.
like, yo, hold on. You want to stop me from shining?
Shati!
And you never grew up. You want to. You want to stop me from shining, and you never lived like how I live. You never grew up the way I grew up, but you want to stop me?
You said like
must
they
be
don't
somebody.
know they don't know who you even.
I must
are
be somebody.
yet.
You're doing that. Oh, your shit's empty.
Yes, it
Oh,
sure
my bad.
is.
Apologies to you. Apologies to you.
You must have filled yours up, Mr. Sir.
This is a good one. That's too much.
Pass that to him because he knows what to do. There's no way I'm drinking that by itself.
My fault. I'm drinking rum.
Thank you, JC. I'm not gonna make sense. So what's up, Shati? Do you agree with any? Come on, get over here.
But you get what I'm saying? Like,
what's good?
you know, so crazy. I never answered your question in the beginning
So
about how I know I'm spiritually lit.
No, cause that's what I'm really trying to.
You got me. Now you reminded me. I appreciate you. I knew I was spiritually lit when people started acting a weight towards me.
Right.
And in my mind, I'm like, do you know that I looked up to you all my life?
Oh my God, they have no clue.
I looked up to you, your life, how you was living. So the fact that you would be ill towards me and I never reached the pinnacle of you,
Ooh.
I said, oh, I must be special.
Yo.
I have to be. I mean, he made me feel like he just exposed everything. And that's when I said they be the most insecure.
Bro. It's like you ever knew who somebody was and you knew in your mind like intuition or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? You just knew how they living probably ain't right. This is not the right thing to do, but you just accepted them and you just loved them for who they were. Period. Like, I love you for who you are. Like, this is who you are. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, let's say somebody loved me for my lateness. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Anyway,
Right? But
love y'all.
Like I said, like, so after moving the show to the Bronx, so now when I moved back to Queens,
Right.
we're in a house now.
Uh-huh. Thank God. All right.
We're in a house now.
Right.
Guess where we're at? 107 in South Road.
What's that?
South
No,
side.
yeah, 107 in Suffolk.
Yo, I went to PS 223. Do you know PS 223?
Of course I do.
I went to that school.
My sister went. Right?
I went there too.
You did?
I think so.
Anyway.
No, my fault. I'm bugging, right? So now when I moved to Suffolk and 107,
Mhm.
these niggas, these people are talking like, yo, Southside is crazy, that I right? So in my mind, I'm like, yo, hold on. I'm in a house in Southside. I ain't made it.
No, you wasn't. You was in the Crips.
Did he say you was with the Crips? Put your mic on. Cause what?
I
You
said,
trying to be slick.
Real talk.
that's
Like,
how it was.
I'm like, yo, I made it.
No, where was that? So I don't know where you just said.
So now we in the shelter, right? Whatever. Then we in the shelter in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get an apartment in the Bronx now. Section 8, right?
Okay,
An
but
apartment in the Bronx.
okay,
Now we save up bread. in
right.
Section 8, and now
Right.
we have a house in Southside,
Okay.
right? So I'm like, yeah, I have my own room now.
Are you trying to tell me you was a part of that saving? Or
No, I
was it the
wasn't. I was in
adults?
high school. No, I was in high school. No.
Okay, so the adults was that.
Yes.
Okay,
My
cause
stepfather came back from jail.
no, cause you know what? Like some kids don't get to be kids, so I was just checking on that. You know, not to say it like that, cause you teach responsibility at whatever age you want to as a parent, right? But what I'm trying to say is, some people they just have to follow,
Who
follow
knows?
with
I mean-
schoolwork and
I mean, sometimes you never know. Like
they make them work.
maybe
You get what I'm trying to say?
maybe I did miss out on some of my childhood with certain things.
How do you figure though?
Because sometimes I could still act like a kid,
I definitely.
but like in a joking way though. Like
Me
I could joke
too.
24/7.
I play all day, like. But
Because
what is that? Is
I
it
gotta-
a cancer thing?
I gotta. For me, it's like I joke because of things that happened before,
Me too.
of the past. Like, you know what?
Don't nobody.
I like to make a joke about things because when I really start to put my mind into how things used to be, I'd be sick. You get what I'm saying? I would be sick. You get what I'm saying? But the whole thing is like, you know, for us to go 0 to 100,
Us, as in.
the black people, my people. You know what I'm
Let
saying?
me stop. The African. I'm not even gonna say it. Never mind. I don't even want to go there because
African American of the diaspora.
They're gonna get us. I'm going.
No, but my whole thing is right. Boom. I wish I knew the things then that I know now. Right.
Mhm.
So like the reason why a lot of black people are upset and angry at each other is because we're not financially stable.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So when you see a 21-year-old white person, 22-year-old white person, they have their own business, they have their own apartment.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yo, wait a minute. How does this guy have his own apartment and his own place, and I have a kid and I'm still living with my parents' house?
Mm-hmm.
Or one of my parents' house, because you know we don't have both parents.
Mm-hmm.
So now we don't have both parents.
Mm-hmm.
We still living with one of the parents.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting in trouble because we don't have the education to get money legally.
Mm-hmm.
We find ourselves in a conundrum, and we find ourselves hating other people that have it, and hating other cultures, and really hating ourselves.
They were taught different from us, though. You know that, right?
But the thing is, they was.
They were
And
taught different from us.
no. See, the thing is, how does it feel for like a black person to do all the work back in the day, and you fast forward time, and
They used us.
they used us,
They used us.
and instead
And they always use us.
and this is when a part of the
Always,
segment.
to this day.
This is when a part of the segment is gonna get very dark,
That's fine.
and
What's
people
up?
are not gonna want to mess with me
Oh,
anymore.
no, it's okay.
Hold
Talk
on.
it.
After when I say this,
What are you about to say?
they're not gonna mess with me. But if you know, you know, and if you see the bigger picture, you would know.
What is it?
I'm gonna give you the reason why I put Donald Trump
Uh-huh.
above Martin Luther King.
All
Hold
right,
on.
let's let that just
Hold
pause. No,
on.
no. Just give me 2 seconds on that. I just need 5 seconds on that. Hold on. The reason why I put Donald Trump above Martin Luther King. The reason,
Hold on. I want you to understand where I'm coming from.
The-
This.
I gotta really like. That's not nothing.
Let me give this disclaimer, right? The views of JC Delight does not reflect anything that goes on with Roxanne's show, Beats on Film Productions. This is his sole opinion.
You remember what I
because
said about
He said Martin Luther
the
King,
insecurity of the
and
black culture?
Martin
That's
Luther
supposed to be-
King is my
You
uncle
ready for that?
in my head.
Wait,
Let's go.
hold on. No, just cheers. JC, my brother. You ready for this for real? Wait. All right, hold on. Let me take my. Just love him, y'all. Okay, it's thoughts right now. It's okay. They could change, just in case. All right, don't hate him. Give him grace.
Let's talk realness, right? I will never take away from what Martin Luther King tried to do and what he did do.
Can you speak on what Martin Luther King did do so that they understand that you understand? No way, no, because they need to know that you
Hold on.
understand what Martin Luther King really did
Hold on.
before you try to say that.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Mm-hmm.
planted a seed with good intentions.
I just want you to say it. You know what I'm
Of
trying to
course,
say?
no.
You get it. Yes.
I will always ride with Martin Luther King
Cool.
before Donald Trump.
Got you.
Right? Of course. 'cause
Got
I'm
it.
Black. I have to do it.
There we go.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So with all that Martin Luther King did,
Mm-hmm.
what the message that black people really took from what he did is because they wanted you to be happy with the bare minimum. Hold on. He wanted you to be happy to be sitting next to a white person. I want to eat at the same lunch table. I want to go to the same places a white person is going
Oh,
to.
his dreams was specific and different.
Yes.
At the end, they
At that
went
time-
for
no,
that
no.
specific time.
Yes.
I get you.
No,
I know where
yes.
you're coming from.
for that specific time,
I get you.
right? So now, at the end of the day, they killed him, right?
They sure did.
They killed Martin Luther King, and because he wanted to be, he had different ideas. He wanted to be like equal as a white man.
Damn.
He wanted you to have the exact same things as the white man. And he wanted us to be happy with them knowing that they don't like us.
Basically, his
He did. That's not what he wanted. He can't think for white people.
right.
Maybe that was his plan. He had a dream. Martin Luther King had a dream. Donald Trump had cream.
All right, so basically, Martin Luther King just knew that they were more superior, and he felt like we're superior too. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, we should be able to do the same things they do, and that was his focus at that time in life in the past.
Yes.
You know what I'm trying to say? He like, yo, but now we realize that we are.
Now, hold on.
We are.
Now we fast forward. I voted for Obama, right? Because he's black.
Right.
Right?
We want to see that.
But at the end of the day, was he really black during his term? Hold on, because in all reality, he never planted no seed in our head for black people. Hold on one time. Let me finish let me finish it out. Right? Remember.
I'm taking notes.
Remember, Martin Luther King wanted you to be happy.
Oh no, I remember.
Hold on.
I remember
He
that.
wanted you to be happy.
He wanted us to be on the same level.
Same level.
Yeah, he wanted
socially.
Yeah, no, I get it. Okay.
Socially.
Right.
Boom. I'm not ever taking away what Martin Luther King did. I'm not doing that. I don't want people to get that. I'm not ever doing that.
You can't.
But I'm gonna tell you what black people took from that and how that affects us to this day.
Martin's gonna live on forever.
I'm gonna tell you what black people took from that and how that affects us to this day. It makes you happy with the bare minimum. It makes you happy with the bare minimum. You make $15 an hour. Oh shit! I'm about to get $17 an hour. You're happy with that $2 minimum. Because Martin Luther King presented to us, I want you to be equal as a white man. Be happy sitting next to him. Be happy talking to him. And you can do the same things he does on a social level, not an economic level. Right? Boom. Now this is where Donald Trump comes in.
That far.
Now this is where Donald Trump comes in. Donald Trump is letting y'all know, I don't fuck with black people like that. But you know what I will do? I will give y'all some bread.
That's where the what was that?
Hold on. Let me spit.
When we went through.
Let me spit. Donald Trump said, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't really mess with black people to that level. But let me tell you what I would do. I will give y'all bread. And what do black people need in their life?
Money. Finances. They knew how to get us because they took it from us.
What I'm saying, right? Hold on. What I'm saying, right? A lot of people gonna, if you see the bigger picture, I want you to understand what I'm saying. I will always forever love Martin Luther King above Donald Trump. But this is what I'm talking about, the missing education, the missing information. Martin Luther King did not have that information back then about how to get us financially straight.
He didn't know yet. We
right?
wasn't on that level
He didn't. We wasn't on that level. My thing is, they been knew that.
They knew. They been knew because they had the plot and the plan. And that's why they started it the way they started. They been first. All right. What I think is personally, hold on real quick. It's like you see us with our goal. Like it's like they've been spying. They've been watching. It's just like, you know how they say the enemy just preys on you. He be just watching and waiting for that that little slip, that little slide in the door, that little crack to open up so he could slither in, right? You see us with our gold. You see us with our babies. You see us with our skin. You see us with our whatever it is that you see us with. And you coming from maybe Antarctica. I don't know where you coming from, but you coming from the ice. You coming from the cold. You pale. You know what I'm trying to say? You wasn't where the sun was at. You took your little boat, right? I love y'all. Took a little boat, came to where you came to. You saw us. You've been watching us. You've been taking little trips. You've been watching with the gold, the traditions, the singing, the worship, the body, like whatever. You knew, you plotted and you planned against us, right? You want to burn down whatever you want to burn down because you want to take over. You like, oh shit, they got love, they got unity, they got gold, they got diamonds, they got food, they got shelter, they living good, they happy. And what the fuck did you want? Everything we had. Jealousy, right? You didn't want to stay in your Antarctica, wherever you came from with your... If you was in the sun, you wouldn't... How? You know where you came from, okay? You came from where you came from. You came down to where you came down to, right? Cool. Now you want to do this and you do that. You've been devising a plan up where you was at. You've been devising a plan up in that cold because you like, I'm tired of this shit. We cold. I'm just making shit up. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I'm just...
And like I said...
Watch this. Hold on. They living good down here. They all sharing. They all singing and shit. They hair. They got this shining. They got this oil. They got this. They got this. That. And we need it. And you gonna devise a fucking plan. And you devised the fun. You devised the plan. I gotta stop. You devised the plan and you executed it. You burned down the teepees. You burned down whatever. You enslaved us. You did what you had to do. And what you did, right? All your people are set right now. All your people is sitting off generational wealth. Let's just be honest. Everything right now is your plan and what you plotted, right? You wanted to build all these businesses, build all this, build all this, that. Y'all gave us all this stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? All the big lotion companies that we use, facial products that we use, the shit that we wear. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, y'all been planned and plotted on this. Y'all was like, oh, nah, they just living good and loving each other. They don't know nothing about business and this and that. Y'all,
Fact.
You get what I'm trying to say? And so you came with your, right? Okay, cool. This is the way you was above us. Okay, so now we realize. Cool. It don't matter how many years, millennium, centuries, whatever. We realize what y'all up to. We get it. You know what I'm trying to say? I hope to God.
And the thing is that slave masters used us as their credit cards.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Right? Because they used us for their wealth. And I think that black people got to use their credit cards.
They don't even just use us for our wealth.
As slaves.
They use us for entertainment. They use us for childcare. They use us for childbirth. They use us for the gold. They use us for the strength. They use us for a lot of things that they did not have. They knew what they was. They knew they didn't have it, so they it. They took it. If we didn't want to give it, sometimes they didn't even give us a chance to. It was no choice. They was taking that. They didn't have the kumbaya. We taking your shit.
And I think that
like
for black people to get ahead in life, I think they should follow the white man's code. Cause you know why? Because white people stick together. And guess what? No matter how much a white person likes you, they will still stick with the white culture.
And they still fucking need you.
And if a black person likes another culture,
and they still need you.
No matter how much they like their own kind, they will go to the other culture.
And they still need you. As much as you think that they need each other, let me tell you something. I've worked in so many different fields, right? And one of the craziest fields I've worked in was taking care of the elderly at a nursing home, in an elderly care facility. Just to touch on it real quick. The racial slurs, the physical and mental abuse that I've experienced, that you're experiencing from people who came from those times. I'm wiping your ass. I'm showering you. I'm helping you out. I'm making you happy. Like, I'm me. Because remember, I'm still me while I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, it's a job, but my personality is still me. I'm going to help you to my best ability.
Do you think you would act like that towards a man?
What do you mean? I do already.
Hold on. It was your job to do what? To help the elderly white person. Yes or no?
That was my job.
It was a job.
It was a job, but it was still me.
Okay.
Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, what I'm trying to say is I chose my natural personality of loving to help and loving to care, right? And at that point in time, it was just a job for the elderly. I usually work with children. You know what I'm trying to say? I do work with children. But I usually work with children, or I just work in the healthcare field, period. Like, whether it's nursing, whether it's medical assistant, whether it's this, that. That's the field I'm working in, is to help. It's to to provide, right? So that's me naturally. So it doesn't feel like I'm working. You know what I'm trying to say? But when I'm doing what I have to do for you, I realize the racism. I realize you think I'm obligated. When you think I'm obligated, that's when I remind you of my power. So if you don't want to get showered right now, or you don't want to clean the mess that you made on this bed, guess who has to do it, and guess who's responsible? Guess who has your life in their hands? Play with me. You get what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
Like, play with me. Like, we are humble. We are nice. We are considerate. We have natural abilities in us that's just natural in us. We're
But
not like
not towards ourselves.
Listen, yes, I am.
Nah, black people, the same standards that black people have towards other people, they don't have towards each other.
You think I don't have that towards you as a black man? You think for a second if something happened to you, you think I wouldn't jump into action and help?
No, of course.
You think I wouldn't do no matter who you are or who you
I'm
with?
talking about as a whole, a black person would be happy to just know a white person.
Not me. What do you mean? Like, I'll just be happy just...
Yes.
Why you not on the mic?
No, yeah.
Like, you saying some real shit. Black people like to gatekeep white people. I'm repeating what I heard. Right. Like, let's say it. It's cool. You don't got to be on camera, but say what you got to say.
So black people like to gatekeep white people so their other black people won't get close to them. Like they're the only trophy that there is. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the way that Master had them acting back in the days, where you had to value the white slave owner in order for you to be considered valuable.
That ass.
So,
Were you the light skin that was working in the house or out the house?
we gotta ask a resident light skin.
You get what I'm trying to say? Was you the one that was in? You was the in-house slave or the out-house slave? And now we're supposedly mentally slave. This is why I'm rebellious. This is why I can't. It's hard for me to just accept, like, do this, do that. I can't do it because it just feels so. In my mind, from a young kid, from I was like 7 years old. Before that, but I can recall 7 years old. I knew. Like, I don't know. It had to be God. It had to be the Holy Spirit. Like, it had to be something that told me, like, I just saw the vision. Like, he just showed it to me. Like, this was never the plan. The plan was for us to live here. The fruits are here. There's no money. There was no money involved. The fruits, the vegetable, everything is planted. Everything is here. There's no price. You get what I'm trying to say? There's no price. Water, we're getting charged for water that's free. It's free. Do you know they're charging for air? There's a certain place, I think in China maybe or something like that. They're charging you for air. You could grab a bag of air because it's the purest air that there is on that mountain, wherever they are. We are being charged for air. We are being charged for water. We are being charged for things that come from the earth that we're not supposed to be being charged for. This is all man-made. This is all made up.
Black people, let me give them a quick...
If you don't realize your power, tell them.
Let me give the black people a quick history lesson, right? The word motherfucker, I don't know if the people know this, but this came from putting brown paper bags over boys' heads, and they would have them fuck their moms.
Stop. You researched that?
I would never lie to you in my life.
No, I'm serious. I didn't say you were lying.
The reason why we would call a white person honky, because he would drive his car and honk the horn, and a black lady would have to come out her house to clap for pennies. That's why we called him honky.
They treated us so less than, meanwhile we were superior. Y'all trying to be like us right now. Your lips getting done, your ass getting done, your body getting done. Where you think y'all got that from? Hello?
But y'all, like I said, y'all still love Kim Kardashian, which is understandable. I understand.
Let me tell you something right
Hold
now.
on.
Yeah, I'll hold.
The more a black person praises Kim Kardashian makes me know how insecure she really is. There's 1 million Kim Kardashians in the black community. Are you fucking shitting me?
And you say that because?
Sisters look good.
But where are you getting that from? Why you say it's 1 million Kim Kardashians? What exactly does that mean?
Because that means that you praising a woman that's lighter than you.
Skin color doesn't matter.
No, it does.
Why?
Because the skin color equates to other things.
Equates to what?
The lighter you are, the righter you are, right?
Really?
In the black mind, it does, yeah.
What about Oprah? She's not light.
Oprah, Michael Jordan, Robert F. Smith.
You see it. They're not light.
They're Cap.
Cap. And they're great. I thought her best friend was black.
Michael Jordan's wife, white. Robert F. Smith. I don't know if you know him.
I don't know who that is.
And that's sad.
It's not sad.
He's one of the richest black men in the world.
Why should I know him?
Because he's one of the richest black men in the world.
He does nothing for me. I don't know him. Like, I don't need to know him. How am I gonna know him? I only know Kim Kardashian. I'm gonna tell you right now. First of all, I was a young girl, right? I'm answering your question. No. No, it's not long at all. It's really not. It's 10 seconds. I only know Kim Kardashian because as a girl, as a young female that was sheltered, I only got to watch TV. So when I was watching VH1, BET, and all of that, I saw Kim. Like, I saw her on the screen. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna watch. Like, it wasn't that time of era. Like, my timing was this time where everything just started. Do I like her as in? I feel like Kim Kardashian is a human being who grew up in a certain family with a certain mother. I feel like she's a beautiful young lady before she even got her body done or whatever she wanted to do personally. I feel like she's beautiful. I also feel like she was around certain people to know business aspects and to know the hustle mentality, right? Wait, I'm just gonna still go. Let me just.
But when we explain to you about a black billionaire, you don't care about him. You don't care what.
I didn't say I didn't care about him. I never said that.
Dismissed him.
No, I didn't dismiss him. I don't know him, is what I said.
But you said he doesn't do nothing for me.
All
of that stuff. But you gave.
She don't do nothing for me either. She don't do nothing for me. Let me tell you why. I'm telling you that I watched her. I know her. This is different. This is a female. This is somebody I'm watching. I'm basically impressed by. Like, when she got a white Range Rover, I was like, oh shit, I want a white Range Rover. But it wasn't black, but it was white. But it looked clean. No. I honestly speaking though, if he had came up on any of those channels and I watched him, I would love and like him too. He didn't though.
You watched that for your entertainment. Right?
That was it.
But you did not do the correct.
I was watching TRL and VH1 like everybody else. BET, 106 and Park.
Why? Yeah, but why are you not worried about the billionaires that we aspire to be? Everybody
That happens when you're older though. That happens when you're. Listen to me. No, I didn't know that though. What I'm trying to say is I didn't watch her in the intention of I know she's a billionaire. I know,
but I'm just saying, why aren't you doing your research and like being infatuated with black excellence, just like you did your research?
That's a male, right?
Huh?
That's a male. Whoever you just mentioned, that's a male, right? My interest came from Oprah. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? She was the black female that I watched and knew. Like, I literally watched her talk shows. I literally listened to her. You get a car. You get like. I watch all of that. I watch how
you get a white husband. You get a.
Listen, she don't have a white husband, no. She don't even have no husband. She don't have no kids. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't understand what that's about. But what I'm trying to say is, I saw what I saw. It wasn't like I wasn't choosy. I wasn't where I am now to be like, oh, I gotta watch.
I just think it was just a dismissiveness that you had.
Can you put yourself back? Cause I don't know if we could hear you. We having a great conversation right now.
I just
You
think
playing.
that the dismissiveness that you had for the guy was a little like off, and that kind of puts us back to thinking how black women treat other black men.
No. So I don't know him at all. The person you mentioned, I have no, like, all I'm trying to say is I've never heard of this person in my life. No, the only reason why I even came off as dismissive, if you said, do you know Tremaine Blackman? Who the fuck is Tremaine? I don't know who
Tremaine
that is.
Blackman ain't got no bread.
Listen to me. If you said, do you know Tremaine Blackman? Who is Tremaine Blackman?
A person that has no bread.
It's like, who is he? Like, I just don't know. And it doesn't mean that the majority of people or millions or thousands of people don't know. I just personally don't
All
know
right,
them.
using context clues, he named billionaires, right? He named Michael Jordan, he made Oprah,
I know them.
he named the other guy, right?
Right.
He named all of these.
You said Ronald Smith?
Robert F. Smith.
Robert F. Smith. So who is this?
Why didn't you want to have any like thought like, yo,
Who said
who
I didn't
is
want
Robert?
to?
No, I'm just saying the way you dismissed it. I'm not saying, I'm just having a conversation.
Oh.
So it could be,
I can't see it. I can't.
you can hear it.
Right.
So why didn't you have that same type of like why wasn't the process, oh, so who is he? He don't do nothing for me. Why I need to know him?
I feel like I responded in a more defensive way. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
I responded defensive because I'm just like,
Because you
I
are
have,
a black woman?
No,
No,
wait.
I'm just going off. I'm just
no,
talking shit.
I got you. No, wait. Who?
Look.
Oh, yeah, I'm brown. So no, like, it's no disrespect to that person. Clearly, you way past me. Like, I'm nobody to you. I'm like an ant, and like, I'm just trying to say, like, I personally, genuinely, respectfully, I never heard. Like, all right, you, like, if you grew up somewhere or grew up around certain people and you didn't hear certain conversations of people being brought up, I just don't know who that is. Like, I genuinely and honestly just don't know who that is. So if you bring that person up to me, it's just like, you know what I'm trying to say? But, all right, you know what? Now that my friends have put me on to letting me know, like, who is that?
He's a black billionaire.
And he's a black billionaire because, like, what is he a black billionaire because of?
You ever heard of Vistaprint?
Vistaprint?
If you like make all the cards to say, if you I need to make cards for my company. I need a deck of cards. I'll do real estate now, so I need some cards.
What's his name again?
Robert F. Smith.
How did you know about him?
To be honest with you,
Yeah, be honest.
I'm gonna tell you how ignorant I was.
Cool, do it because I
used to
just found out.
I used to work in a building, and he lived there. I was a doorman there in this building, and he lived there. And he used to come with.
You said
Robert F. Smith. Robert Smith, right?
That's not art.
I used to live in a building. I used to work in a building where he lived at, right? I was a doorman for this building. And when I first got there, I was like, yo, everybody was right. I used to be like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? Like, I was so mad that I didn't know who he was. I'm like, is he? In my brain, he's not a rapper. He's not an actor. Yo, how come I don't know who he is? His suits would be at least 25. His suits would be down to the T, dressed to the nine. No,
What'd you just say?
I used to work in a building where he lived at. I was a doorman in this building, right? His driver was white. And I used to be like, yo, who the fuck is he? Like, yo, who the fuck? Because I'm mad that I don't know him.
But that's what I'm saying. You got acquainted with him because of your real life and your real experiences.
Yes.
I'm a female that was freaking sheltered and raised in church. I'm not gonna know unless somebody tells me about this man.
Hold on, you're right.
Just
but
saying.
But it also goes to show you.
There's no
It
disrespect.
also goes to show you the information that we have out in the world on top of it. And this is why our credit is the same time we wake up in the morning when we're at Rikers Island. 5:50. 5:30.
I was up and then I was down.
5:40. Your life is like your credit score.
No, it
Up
really
and down,
is.
up and down. Your relationships, up and down, up and down. Had a man, don't have a man. Had good credit, don't have good credit. There's never no stability. There's no stability in the house.
Have you reached that point?
Me? I'm on a rise.
You reached this stability?
I'm on the rise. They spit the gum out, bro.
All right. You reach a
I'm
stability.
on the rise.
Tissue, please. Come on. I'm done with you.
Right? But what I'm saying is right that and that's why that was the whole real point of this real conversation. It's to uplift the black people, get black people on their feet, let them get educated and enlightened.
So tell us about credit.
Credit is something that you need
Because
that if you're not, you need credit. Just like how the slave masters used us as their credit, they used us to work for them. We need our credit to work for us.
is there anything that you didn't say that you wanted to say, that I maybe didn't bring up, or you know what I'm trying to say? We probably ran on, but because we could talk. So
We get crazy.
yeah, we get crazy. So
Um,
anything you want to say?
I just feel like, black people need to get their priorities straight, right? Like, let's grind hard so we could live the rest of our life freely without any restrictions. Because I know a lot of black people don't like to go to work, or you want to do something. If you do work, you want to do something that you love, not something that you have to do. And we all find ourselves in them situations. So if you go in the city, you'll see USPS, you'll see UPS, you'll see FedEx in all types of weather. You'll see a black woman pushing a white baby in a stroller on Fifth Ave or Madison Ave and Park Ave. We do all the jobs that white people will never do, or they don't do, and the Jews don't do as well at all. So we have to start looking at other cultures and start respecting how they move, because they live a great life.
They made it our role, though. You know that.
I don't know any Jewish workers.
They made it our role.
Like I said, I don't know any Jewish workers.
They need us.
Yes, but they don't work as hard as we do.
They need us.
They don't do as hard as we do.
You know how we have technology now, and there's robots, and there's this, and there's that.
We're the robots.
But this is
while we
my
not
point.
while we not controlling.
Before robots, it was us.
You're right. And guess what? If black people, you're right. And guess what? If black people still act the way they do, before us there was robots, and after us, and after the robots, there'll be us.
You think it's still gonna be us, or are we gonna get tired?
Only do labor jobs. They'll do construction, working hard, breaking their back.
And why is that?
They don't have the education.
So once we have education
about making our money work for us. Not us
education, period, though.
Let the money work for us. It's time for us to stop working for the money, right? So now, what I found out about credit, right, is that credit could change your life, right? You can get more business funding than you can get on the personal side. So a person could have, I have a 710 personal credit. I'm good. They'll be happy with a $5,000 credit card. And in all reality, we find out $5,000 credit card is trash. Because you can get more on your business side, right? If a black person has their LLC, right, they can get $150,000 in business credit, right? So now with $150,000,
I'm listening.
With $150,000 in credit, we can maneuver differently, right? So now say like the average black person will probably make maybe, let's just say $60,000. Let's just say $70,000 a year. Let's just say that $70,000 is minus 30 in taxes. They're making $40,000 a year. Let's say if their rent is $2,000 a month. 2,000 times 12 is 24,000. 40,000 after taxes minus $24,000 in rent is $16,000 to play with. So now what about, they need their hair done. They need to eat. They have to drive a car. They have to pay insurance. So we're literally left with nothing. We need something that's going to make our money work for us.
Right.
So when we get our credit up, and it does take time. Right now, I'm still on the rise of getting my credit up. I'm gonna
As a lot of
I'm gonna
people.
teach soon. I'm gonna teach a credit class because guess what? I paid $2,200 for a credit class, and guess what? My credit still didn't move as much, but I got a lot of information from them.
So you feel like you're gonna use what you taught.
Yes, and I'm gonna do a lot of black people's credit for free. You know why? Because
I'm coming.
you know why? Because at the end of the day, it's like it also teach you discipline, and it also
Right.
will teach you where you putting your money at. Right. So if you want to structure your business credit,
You really gonna do it?
yes, I am.
Can I really?
Yes, I'm no. I've never been a capper. I
'Cause
promise you
need
that. We all need it, right?
No, I really
So
need
it's
that.
like my thing is right. Woman is spending their hair on $600 bundles.
Huh?
People are the brothers are spending their money on sections in the club, jewelry, attire, cars, all types of things that don't equivalent to good credit, and the credit could get you wealthy. And I only learned
It's
that
true.
until last year. So now, like, let me compare the woman to the credit system. So now you think that there's only 3 credit bureaus:
Mhm.
TransUnion, Equifax,
Yeah.
and
I
Experian,
thought it was.
right?
Yeah.
And your FICO score and maybe a Vantage score, right?
Mhm.
That's 5. But unbeknownst to me, there's way more credit bureaus than that. So now let's say if you put a dispute letter, you write a dispute letter to those 3 credit bureaus, they're going to go to the other credit bureaus to see if what you're saying is true. And people don't know that. They talk about snitches all the time, but the real snitches is them other credit bureaus because they'll give you information now.
They're doing
Like,
it.
they set up an account with this one. They set up an account with that.
It's
and
snitching a
those-
good thing.
And those are
Like.
those credit bureaus are check systems,
Mm-hmm.
Innovis, SageStream, LexisNexis, Innovis. These are the other credit bureaus that have your information.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when you write your dispute letter
Mm-hmm.
to the 3 credit bureaus and it doesn't go off your credit, you think something is wrong. You think the person that you paid for to get this off, it didn't work, and you hate the person. But you have to understand, you have to kill the snitches. So say like if I'm doing a crime in front of you, I gotta kill you too.
Yeah, because
right? You're liable to tell,
Yeah,
right? And it's the same thing with them other credit bureaus. So you have to go to them other credit bureaus' website and freeze your information. So now when you do them dispute letters to them other credit bureaus, to the 3 major credit bureaus, and they try to go to them for information, they can't get it because it's frozen. So you killed them. You got to kill the snitches. So them other credit bureaus, you have to freeze your name. So if you ever had any situation with Bank of America or Chase or Citibank or US Bank, they are all under one credit bureau that you don't know about. That's why sometimes a person will get their bank account frozen, or the bank will say, "I don't want to do business with you," and you're like, "What? What do you mean?" Just because you did fraud with Bank of America doesn't mean that Chase don't know about it.
No, it's true.
They all
know.
They all under one. They all
Exactly.
under one thing. So you thing is you have to get your name clear. Get your name clear. Get your personal credit up properly. You have to have 10 to 12 revolving accounts that report to the 3 credit bureaus. 10 to 12 revolving accounts that report to the 3 credit bureaus. You can't have no inquiries, no bankruptcies,
You've been working on your shit.
no bankruptcies, no late payments, no derogatory remarks. Hold on. And your credit card, it has to be under 10%. Not, I got 50%, I got a $50,000 credit card, I'm gonna spend $40,000. No, my nigga, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. If I meet a girl and I clap her, I'm not giving her 100% of me.
Clap means
Have sex.
Okay.
Intimate.
because clap be
I'm
meaning.
gonna give her 30%. Let's save 70% for another time. But with the business credit, you have to have your personal credit has to be a 750, right? Your personal credit has to be a 750 with 10 to 12 revolving accounts. Not, I have a Citibank credit card and I have this. That's only 4. Okay, and You need 10 to 12. Now, real talk.
Nah.
This is the road. No, I'm dead
No,
serious,
because
my
you
nigga.
know what it is? If you were to be that person that, like, if you worked for, like, doing that, like, putting people onto credit or whatever, I don't know what that role is, and forgive me if I don't. If what's that role when you're the person who's teaching people about credit or trying to...
You're just another black person trying to educate other black people.
That's it? There's
That's
no
it.
actual role
I don't
for
want to
that?
give a name for that.
No, is there an actual role for that is what I'm trying to say. Is there actual name for it? Oh, no.
Teaching
No?
credit.
That's it?
I guess. Teaching credit.
Hmm.
Right? But
That's different.
anyway,
Anyway.
whatever. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, the road to success is financial freedom. And the
Right.
only how you'll get to financial freedom is if you have your credit up. Because white people have been doing this for years, centuries. And we got to do the same thing. We got to follow their rule. We got to follow their game until we get on our feet, and then we dismiss ourselves from them. That's why I will always do a black person's credit for free. Because at the end of the day, there's no amount of money they can give me for making them free.
Right. That's true.
And I do it because I want to do it. I do things on a littlest scale, on a smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
But now I want to do things they can really capitalize on. I don't want to have a bottle of liquor and be like, oh, you want some? And he's good off the liquor I gave him. I don't want that. I want to give him something where he's good for life and his family's good for life.
Right.
When you was 18, your credit was never 800. That's what if it, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in general.
Mm-hmm.
So now when a white person is 18 years old, their credit is 800 is because how their parents set it up
Their
to be.
parents. Yes.
They set it up.
I already knew that.
Yes.
They
So
already
now
knew
and that brings me back to why I'm spiritually lit.
that.
Because that is also the number one reason why I am married to this day. Is because of I wanted a real family structure. I never had a family structure, right? So now I'm able to have that now. So now I will have my wife and I have 2 kids. So I want us to be a power structure. It's hard to look up to Oprah when she has no kids. It's hard to look up to Robert F. Smith if he has no kids. If he does have kids, he has black kids, but the wife, his woman is white, right? Michael Jordan's wife is white. So right now I have the opportunity.
You're your own motivation.
Yeah, you're right. Because like I look up to them, they have the bread, but I don't think that's a family structure that I want to live because how is my kids gonna live? How is my grandkids gonna live? I want them to be spiritually lit.
You gotta be the example.
And financially lit. So if I have to make a sacrifice, I will do that. And I think I encourage other black people to make that sacrifice as well.
What
Like,
sacrifice is it?
you might like a lot of black fathers are not in their child's life as much as they want to be, as much as they should be, and even the times that they do have with their kids, they don't make the most of it, because now when a black father has their kids for the weekend, he wants to go out for the weekend. So guess what? Now that he has his kids for 2 days, on those 2 days he's gonna ask somebody else to watch his kids.
You feel like the passion is not there? Like, what do you think causes that though? Like not to get too crazy, but like, what is it? What's the passion behind being like just a great father, a father that really wants to instill certain things and just is so conscious of the way they're dealing with their kids and the way they're in their lives?
You live your life.
I want to be there. Like,
You live your life through your kids as well. Like it's like watching another you. Like I see my sons act just like me, and I'd be laughing, but then I'd be like, nah, we're not gonna do that because the way I used to act did not work for me. So it's time to switch it up.
It's like they're little you, and you gotta correct them.
Yeah,
like it's like the reality of it.
And that's a blessing in itself.
It's like I'm watching you be me, but you're not me, but you
That's
are
a
me.
blessing
But
in itself. You could correct
I
your.
created you.
You could create. You could compensate for the sins that you created before.
But to an extent, they're their own individual.
They are, but if
you're
I
guiding.
see, yes, you like nah.
How can you explain the guidance of raising like a child?
You
or
give them an
just-
example of what happened to you when they went down that path.
Mhm.
Like, listen, this is not gonna work for you. You're too nonchalant. Nobody likes a nonchalant person. If you're nonchalant as a person, you're gonna be nonchalant in a relationship. And if you act like you don't care in your life, you're gonna act like you don't care in your relationship with your woman. And if you act like you don't care with a woman, what's the result of that? Oh, he don't care about me, so I don't care about him. Right?
Right. It's true.
Right. So now you'll give the
If they toxic. You know.
you're right. And being that black people are in a sensitive state
Mm-hmm.
and they're very insecure
Mm-hmm.
and it's a tit for tat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if
It
you
can
do,
be. It
if
can
you do
be.
so, if you do something,
So that's how you want to play it? So I'm gonna play it 10 times
if,
harder.
if you
Like
do
if you
something,
want to play it like that, yeah, I get what you're saying.
if you do something, I'm gonna do it 10 times
Yeah,
harder.
like, oh, you want to show me that's what you could do? Okay, I could do it too. Like, you want to play? I could play too. Like, I feel like, yeah, it could get there, but that's a maturity level. That's an experience level, and not to cut you, but I just wanna. One of the ways I want to end or want to get to it is you're the voice right now, right? You know you are. Your kids are looking up to you. You have 2 boys, correct? Okay. You don't have any daughters, so you have no idea what it's like to be the father of a female. But you have a wife, so you understand a certain level of,
You don't do the right thing, your sons can turn into female.
But this is what I'm getting to without saying too much. Your experience, your know-how, your background, and everything that you've been through. I want to just give the viewers at this point, because we ended it. I want to give the viewers an overall of being conscious, being intentional, being respectful, and having accountability of when you're wrong, when you're not, like, just, how can I explain this to wrap it up? How to be a better man, a better husband, a better father, like certain conscious decisions, certain things that you maybe didn't know before, but you know now. What can you really like tell everybody? Like, yo, I know what it's like to be like this, but yo, this is not it. Like, be like that. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, maybe you got into it with your wife, or maybe you got into it with your sons, or you just realized something when you like, yo, I learned this lesson and I think y'all could learn it too. To go forward, to be bigger, to be better, and to really just evolve and change things in the Black community, as Black fathers, as the minority. Whatever it may mean to you, like, how can you help?
I would say, if you're my brother, I love you. You're my sister, I love you. I don't judge you. And I'm here for you. I'm willing to go through you with the ups and the downs, but there's a bigger picture, and every day is a new day. We're not gonna end like this. There's a better future for us, and we have to live to get to that point, so we can tell the next generation we're gonna live great, we're gonna live gracefully,
Tell him, JC.
and we're gonna have the life that we're supposed to have. It's not what you see, and you can overcome this, and we will do this, and we are gonna do this, and
Tell him where it's at.
and we are spiritually lit.
Tell him.
It's all mental.
Tell him where it's at.
It's all mental, and it's and everything. It starts internally. Like, no matter what we go through, it has to results have to happen, right? You want to results over regrets, right? So
Amen.
we have to be spiritually lit, and we have to know that what kills us only makes us strong. It doesn't
When
kill
you
you,
say
makes you strong.
spiritual lit, like,
It's internally, I'm lit. I got no money in my account. I'm still spiritually lit because I know the bigger picture. I'm gonna be good in the future. I'm good. I will always be good. I don't care what's going on.
Where does that derive from? Where does your spirituality come from?
When I used to be insecure,
Did you ever go to church?
I went to church before.
What kind of church?
Christian church
How you know it was a Christian church?
in Brooklyn.
How you know it was a Christian church in Brooklyn?
'Cause
Was it a
is.
Baptist church, Catholic church? Do you remember?
Baptist.
Baptist? I went to a Baptist church. too.
Baptiste, right?
Were you a part of the church, or you just like was going every Sunday? Like, were you a part of the band or the choir, or like were you invested, or you just kind of like I'm just trying to figure it out.
I was younger, so I was in attendance,
Okay.
and I used to see how people that's spiritual is
Tell them how important it is. That's all I want to say.
it's also for people to understand that people that's the most spiritual are also the most popped. People that are the most spiritual are also the most in poverty. Because when that tray comes around, you're giving it up, you're giving your money up 2-3
You're
times.
talking about offering.
When that offering comes around, you're giving it up 2-3 times. Right? So now we look at like, okay,
You mean if you join? You mean if there's a service like that's 2 or 3 times during the week? Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
you give something that you could believe in. You'll give money to something that you believe in, but you'll never give money to yourself.
Do you feel like the whole point of that is not to give money to drugs, not to give money to this and that, like things that you're not supposed to spend your money on? It's like give it to God instead.
I'm not gonna say you should necessarily give money to God, because I don't think if
God's
if
people.
God knows how we're living,
God people.
He would even say, "Brother, I don't want your money. Your money ain't gonna do nothing for me." But you should invest in yourself. Invest in yourself, and that's where the credit comes in, because you need credit to live. You can't get a good apartment or good house or a good car if your credit is not good.
And do you feel like if somebody's not honest about who they are, or they trying to portray somebody they're not to seem lit or for clout or whatever it is,
They
like
will always run into a wall.
can you explain the importance of being authentic, of being real, of being mature? You know what I'm trying to say? When you come to the responsibility of being a father, being a husband, being just a black male in society, like can you like just wrap it up in telling us that?
So I'm gonna leave it at this, right? We don't live here forever. So you have to make the most of your time here. You can't make the most of your time bullshitting in life. You can't, because you're going to be wasting your time and wasting somebody else's time.
What's bullshitting in life?
Procrastinating on your dreams and your goals. So now, like, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I don't want to hold them back. I want to encourage them. I want them to be the best version of them. I want to be the best version of myself. Imagine me, and even in a relationship, you want to be happy. Imagine me being in a relationship and I'm not happy. You're going to hit a wall.
But unhappiness comes in relationships, and you get over it. And I feel like emotions fluctuate. Don't emotions fluctuate? You could be happy at some point.
When
and then you could
your money is up, you bypass a lot of things.
And then when your money is down,
every little thing gets you mad.
And then you go back up.
No.
Yes.
If your discipline is not strong enough, if your foundation is strong enough, you're not going to go up.
I get it. But if you do,
you got to be mentally sound and spiritually lit. Believe in yourself. So all my black people out there, believe in yourself. You're the king and you're the queen, and we're going to get this right. Okay,
so when you feel like, what would you tell everybody about being a husband? What is there that you feel like the black community needs to know about being a good husband in a general sense? Like, as a husband and as a father, of course, but having a family unit and what you've learned and experienced so far, like, what can you explain, like, to say, like, this is what y'all need to do, like, don't do this, do that, like, listen to this, listen to that, or don't listen to this, listen to that. Like, what advice can you give?
The only advice I could give is that if you're a husband out there, you know it's a sacrifice, right? So you want to be the best husband you can be towards your woman. You want to be the best father you can be with your kids, right? So now in the house, we're gonna teach respect, discipline, and being a provider. I want to provide for my kids. I want to discipline my kids, and I want to be catering and nurturing towards my wife
Right.
in a respectable way.
Right. Do you feel like when it comes to like a man who just gets with somebody just because, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, how important is it to like really understand who you're gonna be with and their personality and you know what I'm trying to say? Because you can't predict who, you know, will turn out to be whatever. But what I'm trying to say is respectfully, like, if you were to just give advice on like, let's say, we might not always go through the most perfect things. We might not always agree on things. We might not always be on the same page, like no matter what. But what is it that keeps the foundation strong between you and your wife? Like, just in general. Like, it don't have to be like anything too
I
personal.
think I will put care above love.
Loyalty above love? Is that what you mean?
Put the word care above love.
Explain.
Like, I care about you,
Okay.
right? You could love. I love those shoes, yo.
I like those shoes.
I love those shoes. I love those
like
shoes, yo.
Shoes.
Yeah, I love those sneakers.
Materialistic.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
But do you care for those shoes? No. You love those shoes. I love white Air Force Ones. But do I care about them? No. They're going to get dirty after one time. And it's the same thing in a relationship. I will put care above love.
So you're trying to say to make longevity in a successful relationship,
You would do more when you care than you would love somebody.
and you care because
Because I don't want to see nothing happen to you.
yeah, like
Nah.
what does love mean to you?
Because a person that loves, they could do you bad.
What does love mean to you, and what's the difference between love and loyalty right now? Answer the question.
At this time?
No, both. What is love? What is loyalty? What does it mean? How does it? You are in a marriage. You are in a relationship. You have a family. You have kids. Like, you're really doing this. You're somebody to look up to a certain extent. Like, everybody's gonna make mistakes. Everybody's gonna be imperfect. Like, but no, you're actually doing this. Like, you're doing it fly.
Okay, what I'm
Certain people is doing this and they're doing it fly. They're doing it well kept. Like, how can you encourage others that's struggling, that's trying to be maybe where you are and don't know how to even get there or how to go about it? Like, what's the steps? Like, love your woman, love who you are, take accountability. Like,
love yourself first.
it's cliche, so
because
explain it.
if I'm no good to myself, I could be no good to nobody else. I can't treat you good if I don't treat myself
good. Yeah, gotcha.
And that's how it goes. If you point the finger at somebody else, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you.
I always said that.
Exactly. If I point the finger at myself, there's none.
Right. Okay.
Blessings in abundance. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you for having me on your platform. I really appreciate it. This is a great.
I feel like I'm so sorry. The way you be talking and the
It's
way
okay
you
forever.
just ran, like,
It's okay forever.
it might not be the last time.
Of course not. Of course not.
Like, it just might not.
Of course not.
And listen, like, it's the first time I really, like, interviewed you as you. Like, you by yourself. You know what I'm trying to say? Not with a team. Not with...
That's a fact.
It was you. So, is there anything before we actually really truly ended that you want to say that you didn't get to say that was maybe on your mind before I just, before we just, because it don't matter. The clips, I could take this clip and put it to the front. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, Is there just anything that you just really wanted to get across and just get out and just like whatever?
I guess I think I covered all.
You
bases.
got it?
I know. I think I covered all bases, but I'm saying is, like I said, I just want my black people to live prosperous, and I want black people to have longevity in their life, and I want us to start making different decisions than we did before, because we noticed that the decisions that we made before didn't get us anywhere. So it's time to do something new. Let's be more progressive. You know what I mean? That's all.
That's all. So you teaching your sons that?
Of course, I have to. Yeah, I gotta practice what I preach. I have to.
So I hope for yourself, your sons, everything goes accordingly. Okay, we're gonna end it. Thank you guys for watching. There might be another time with you here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm like, this wasn't it. This was the end. Nah, this wasn't the end. Like there's a lot more to say. The Do Say Matter had a lot to do with it, but I love y'all. I love y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you, JC. Thank you
Appreciate
for
you.
everything that you came here and said. And
Appreciate you.
I just hope you got your message across in some type of way.